Hello everyone, welcome to our second video presentation. My team is conformed by Zoe, Sara, Ivana, and me, Astrid. Today we're going to talk about a concept that is called linguistic landscape and how will be implemented into our English language classes. The term linguistic landscape comes from social linguistics and refers to the study of public text in their physical and social context, like signs, posters, or labels that we see every day in the environment. These texts show how language coexists in society. For example, in a bilingual or a multilingual signs might reflect official language policies, or maybe simply the need to reach people who speak different languages. There are also two types of signs, the bottom-up and the top-down. The top-down ones are created by institutions or the government, while the bottom-up ones are more personal or handmade by individuals. This activity will be based in the bottom-up, which will be made by students. Our main goal in this activity is to help students connect what they learn in class with the language that they see around them, making English more meaningful and visible in their environment.
This activity is designed for beginner-level students around 9 to 12 years old that are in elementary school. At this stage, these students are learning basic vocabulary like numbers and everyday classroom phrases. For this activity, we're going to need some materials like color paper, markers and crayons, tape, and we're going to use some vocabulary cards that can guide the student for the activity. We are going to use objects from the class like the door, window, or board because the students will be creating these signs for these objects.
Hello everyone, I will explain to you how we are going to integrate our activity about the landscape in the classroom. So this activity is going to be divided in 3 stages. The first one is that I will start asking to students what they can see around the classroom, like what kind of objects they can see, and if they already know what are the names of those objects. Maybe to students that are beginners, maybe for them it's going to have they're going to have this idea of words in Spanish, and maybe they're going to say if I sign maybe the whiteboard, maybe they're going to say the pizarrón, and I will say to them this is a whiteboard. So after they say to me some objects that they can see around the classroom, I will show them an example of one landscape sign, so they can have an idea of what they are going to do. In the second activity is going to be between 5 to 10 minutes, and this activity is going to be individually. So students are going to make their own signs about objects, or maybe they can even do a sign about levels of the house, like bathroom, room, living room, or even they can do signs about expressions like, can you borrow me please your, carpenter, or bathroom, can I go to the bathroom, can I go to the nursery? Or they can even say just write objects, like the name of objects like carpenter, or maybe pencil, eraser, things like that. And after they finish to do their own landscapes or signs, they will start putting around the classroom. And in the last activity, I will start asking to them why they think it's important, maybe these signs, or if they have seen signs in their daily life. It could be in English or in other language. This is going to be a little reflection of why the landscape, in this case, I will say this is important, because the signs are important because it could be mean that maybe the English it's used in more context, not only in the school context, and that will be everything.
To conclude, I like to explain how this activity is connected to sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics studies how language is used in society and how it reflects cultural and social identity. In this activity, students explore the relationship between language and space, also known as linguistic landscapes. By leveling the objects and creating signs, students are not just learning vocabulary, they are observing how language is present in their surrounding and how it functions as a tool for communication. They become more aware of how language can change depending on context or purpose and audience. This activity also promotes linguistic inclusion, since students can include their first language along with English, for example, writing levels in both English and Spanish. That helps them recognize that both languages have value and can coexist in the same environment. Finally, this is a bottom-up activity because students start from smaller linguistic units, words and short phrases, and use them to build a bigger understanding of how language shapes their environment. It goes from the simple to the complex, from recognition to reflection. In summary, this linguistic landscape activity helps students connect classroom learning with real-life context. It supports vocabulary development, encourages creativity, and promotes sociolinguistic awareness, showing that language is everywhere and that it helps us understand and participate in the world around us. Thank you for watching.